The anti-Trump Kavanaugh resistance looks a lot to me like a progressively debilitating mental disorder. I'm calling it PKCS, Post-Kavanaugh Confirmation Syndrome. Now let's walk through the stages, starting from the beginning. First, Linda Sarsour disrupted the first confirmation hearing. Then, Brett Kavanaugh was accused of rape. Then, of flashing his private parts. Then, accused of, basically, gang rape. Then, Soros-paid radicals cornered Jeff Flake in an elevator. And after a second hearing, Kavanaugh was then basically being accused of being an alcoholic and of having anger issues. And when all that failed, a mob of crazy-eyed protesters smash and claw at the Supreme Court doors and wave filthy signs. Once Kavanaugh was confirmed, Democrats, of course, promised impeachment and to abandon the Electoral College and finally to pack the court to offset the 5 conservatives on the bench. Joining us now with a reaction to this tragic disorder, Victor Davis Hanson, senior fellow at the Hoover Institute and author of the book, The Case for Trump. Victor, you've been covering this. It's like you've heard of inflammatory bowel disease. This is inflammatory anti-Kavanaugh Trump madness, okay? And have Democrats, in your mind, in recent years, have they ever been this far left or this much unhinged?
No, I don't think so. I think you can trace it from that period from 2009 to 16 when Obama promised them that a new demography, immigration, identity politics, the system was geared for that. He got elected twice, and then suddenly they woke up and said, he's kind of a narcissist. We lost the state legislatures, governorships, House, Senate, now the presidency, Supreme Court. And out of that frustration, they think big money, it's a party of the rich now, Silicon Valley, Wall Street, Hollywood, the Steyer brothers. Maybe they'll like that spectacle and they'll pour money and we can win. And then some days they say, we've got to import the tactics of the campus. So we have these upper middle class kids, identity politics, get in their face, mob them, dox them, shout them down, get rid of due process. And then sometimes they're frustrated, and the system that used to be great between 2009 and 16 suddenly is anti-democratic. We need 10 senators from California, none from Wyoming. There's too few people there. Or let's get rid of the Electoral College, or let's go back to 1869, before which we had different numbers of Supreme Court judges. So it's kind of frustrating, but it's kind of a Nietzschean desire for power again, and they're frustrated because a lot of their dilemma were self-inflicted. I mean, they were the ones that turned off the middle class, independents, the white working class in swing states. They didn't have to do that.
But what are they banking on? No, Victor, what are they banking on?
They forgot nothing and learned nothing.
Yeah, but what are they banking on? Ocasio-Cortez, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's the new, she's on the cover of all these magazines, a young woman, attractive woman. She was asked on MSNBC, okay, what are you going to do, basically, once you get elected? This is the gibberish she said.
And what it is really about organizing and really thinking about that word, organizing, segmenting people, being strategic in their actions, in really bringing together a cohesive strategy of putting pressure on the chamber instead of only focusing on the pressures inside the chamber.
That's really interesting thought.
My favorite, Victor, is, well, that's a really interesting thought.
Well,
I don't know what she's talking about.
Their argument, I don't know. These are people who criticize Donald Trump and say he has a vocabulary of 1,500 words, but he's a sophisticated and articulate compared to that. I mean, this is a Boston University, fourth in her class? So the point is, when you go down the identity politics route and you start judging people by their ethnic background or their gender or their ideology rather than their talent or their wisdom or their character, that's what you get. And it's kind of sad that the Democrats are going down this. And, these septuagenarians and octogenarians, Feinstein, Biden, Pelosi, they're so desperate to be hip and to get back their party. So Joe Biden says, he's going to beat people. He's going to beat Trump up outside the locker room. Or Feinstein has this Byzantine plot to undermine Kavanaugh with the Ford testimony. It's very pathetic that somebody hijacked their party and they're kind of deer in the headlights. They don't know whether to be hip and go hard left or just suffer the irrelevance of being old and in the way.
Tonight at the White House, it was great to be there. It was just a lot of old friends. Of course, all the justices were there. I mean, there is a possibility, it's probably a pretty decent one, that Donald Trump, now, if he's reelected in 2020, he'll have another Supreme Court opening. If Brett Kavanaugh, who is a Bush appointee, Bush staff secretary, you know, a very mainstream person and judge, if he is subjected to this, can you imagine if Ruth Bader Ginsburg's seat suddenly is open, or she retires? She says she won't, but what will they do then? I mean, Bill Maher's saying the president doesn't have a right to appoint anyone else, basically.
Yeah, I think it was a very brilliant and underappreciated move by Trump. But by nominating Kavanaugh first, he demonstrated that if you're a Bushite, you went to the right schools and you could be caricatured as a preppy, a mainstream blue-stocking Republican, and they destroy you. Think what they'll do to the next appointee that's further to the right. And then when she's nominated, they're going to say, he can just say, look, it's not her, it's not anybody, it's just us. And we're either going to hang separately or hang together. So he's really destroyed the Never Trump movement, because 90% of that small rubric of about 10% now say, you know what, I don't have any choice. It's either scratching on the Supreme Court door or Donald Trump, and I'll take Donald Trump and the Republicans. And
Victor,
so
I never will get tired.
Something,
yeah, I'm never going to get tired of watching that video. I'm sorry, but there is something that's so poetic about that, and it's sad and it's infuriating, but it's hilarious. I'm sorry, I'm just going to take the humor out of this whole thing. Victor, thank you so much. Great segment as always.